everyone. So for my final project, I would like to share with you all my experience with using augmentative and alternative communication devices. As many of you know, or I've said in our discussion posts, I've worked with the autism population for close to 10 years, and I've been teaching for 2 of those years. I've been in and out of the school setting and in a residential setting, so I've had a lot of experience with individuals and students that have used augmentative and alternative communication devices. And for this project, I'm going to focus on 3 main ones that I'm most familiar with. Okay, so what are augmentative and alternate communication devices? They're common devices or systems or strategies and tools that replace or support natural speech. They're also known or commonly referred to as an AAC. Augmentative, meaning add, so adding or supplementing to your speech. Maybe you want to make your message clearer. I have 2 students that are limited verbal, and they do prefer to use their words over their device. However, sometimes it's not always intelligible, and so they use their device for clarity, and we encourage them to use their device to use full sentences rather than just utterances. And then we have alternative, meaning different. So if you are not able to speak or not understood, this provides a different way to communicate. So it really gives individuals their voice. All right, so who is benefiting from AAC devices? So really it's mainly those who cannot communicate using speech. So that would be somebody who has a developmental disability that affects their speech, or somebody that may have acquired a disorder which has then impacted their ability to speak. So it can benefit many people with different communication difficulties, speech impediments, or disorders. So really communicating without speech can be extremely challenging. Think of how confusing and frustrating it can be if your message is unclear, or someone is trying to help you and they don't know what you want or need and you can't communicate it in any way. So that can be extremely challenging. All right, so I'm going to show you the programs that I have had the most experience using, and those are ProLoco to Go, Lamp Words for Life, and the Prox Talker. I've used mostly Lamp and ProLoco to Go. They're the most used with many different students that I've worked with, and currently in my class now, I have 3 students, 1 of each using one of these programs. All right, so first we have the Prox Talker. It's programmable tags that get placed on any one of those spots, and there's a voice output provided. So they provide blank cards so you can print, label, and record specific things in the student's environment. It's helpful having separate spaces there for students that lack more fine motor skills to be able to select the icons. So I'll show you one video here.
All done. More. Drink.
So that really has all their likes and preferences, their needs. This matches to feelings, our specials for the day. We really try to change it and make it fit to the student's environment. The weather and clothes that we could wear. And it all comes in that case so you can carry it around. And they're all interchangeable.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is an example of how we pair it with our morning meeting and our zones of regulation.
Green. Happy. Sad.
We might ask the student what color zone is this, or what's a feeling in the green zone. So we usually put the 2 correct answers, and we might have 1 inaccurate answer to encourage the use of the device and how, to see if they're answering appropriately. Same situation, only this is matching to weather.
Sunny. Rain. Hot.
So that's how we use it. For this particular student, we just have him select 1 icon. Depending on the student's ability, you could increase it. You could increase the amount of choices that you have in the list. You could change up some of the words or icons, but that's how we generally use it. The one downfall to this device that I've noticed is that it can be cumbersome. It does come with a carrying case, so it's kind of like a backpack, but it's not really convenient to be carrying around. To quick use, it can be a little bit challenging. So, for example, if we're out on a walk and we want to express a want or a need, and we're going to encourage that student to use their device, it's very tricky because you got to open it up, you got to hold it in your hands, and it's not just a simple, convenient ease of access. Okay, so our next AAC device or program is ProLoco to Go, and I'm not sure if some of you may have already seen this. It is very commonly used. So it is a symbol-based app, and it is typically used on an iPad or a tablet of some sort, and it's pre-programmed, so it's not pre-programmed, so it's very customizable. So you can change it, you combine it with, I apologize. It's completely customizable. Usually your speech therapist is going to set up most of it, but you as the teacher can also access it and change things up as you go, or if you notice you want to color coordinate something, you could do that. So the app is pretty versatile, and it's designed for a range of fine motor and visual skills. It can be used for individuals who are completely nonverbal to those who just have speech impediments. So it's a pretty wide range. It's large print, large icons. It's more for beginners, but you can go from beginner to advanced. So I will show you how this works. Okay, so I'll just play this one.
To take a break. I need to go to the bathroom. All done. Squeezes.
Okay, so that we essentially created for the student different pages for their wants, their needs, where they're having difficulty to request something that would kind of help them self-regulate. All of that is available on their device.
School.
The student has a goal for WH questions, particularly where questions.
Gym. Kitchen.
And if you know the types of questions that you're going to be asking, you can set up the program to have the appropriate answers already in there and on that page. So it does take a little bit of time for the student to get acclimated with the pages and be able to navigate it, but you'd be amazed how quickly they wind up knowing this better than we do half the time. This is where we've color coordinated our feelings to match the zones of regulations that we teach. We talk a lot about the weather during our morning meeting, so there's opportunities there for them to answer. They can tell us what day of the week it is, the date, the full date, the year.
Keep hands and feet to self.
We go over our school rules every
Be
day.
safe.
And this student is very motivated to use a lot of the pages that correlate with our morning meeting. So it really encourages participation, and it gives them an opportunity to answer and be involved in the morning meeting, as opposed to those students who are verbal can just shout out the answer. Sometimes my student likes to shout out the answer on their device before somebody else using their words answers, so it's pretty amazing to see. Okay, so next, our last program is called LAMP, Words for Life. It's made up of, it's pre-programmed. This is the one that is programmed. So it doesn't require a lot of extensive customization. It is for individuals with autism or a developmental disability. It provides a consistent motor pattern for words in like a systematic way to develop communication skills. So you might look at this initially and say it's confusing or overwhelming, but they have a very systematic approach to how they set up the program to advance and develop communication skills. It is a more advanced program. As you can see, it's a lot smaller icons and words, and there's a lot more on one page by comparison to that ProLoco to Go. So I will show you how this works.
I need bathroom. I need bathroom. I want peanut butter rice cake. I want peanut butter rice cake.
Okay, so this is where if we're setting up snack and we ask the student what would they like to have for snack, they can, instead of just going to, randomly going through cabinets, encourage them to use their words to let us know exactly what they would like, and then encourage those full sentences at the same time. This is where you can type in a word if you don't see it.
C.
You could also work on spelling at the same time. And there's also Word Finder. So if you're looking for a word and you can't find it, you can type it into the search and it will show you the path to get there. So in this, it's a little blurry, but I'm typing in spring to find where the spring season is. And it shows you the path to get there. This next video is an example from my student actually using it. He had to use the bathroom, and I asked him to request it on his device.
Need bathroom. I need bathroom.
Again, like I said before, he can navigate this quicker than I can. I am familiar with it, and I can get to where I need to go, but when he's using it, he definitely navigates it much faster. And then this last one I will show you is just going through how to get to the calendar and the season, and those are things that we use during morning meeting.
Today is Monday. Today is Friday. Today is Friday. 2019.
Yep. Okay, so those are the 3 videos, or the 3 different programs that I wanted to share with you guys that I've had a lot of experience in using. I know there are more out there. Those particularly are the ones that I have used, and I thought that would be kind of nice to share with you all of my experience and if it is helpful to you. I've also attached the references that for the stuff that I've used, and I just felt that this was applicable to our course content. So I hope you enjoyed.